When asked what surprised him most about humanity, the Dalai Lama answered, "We sacrifice our health in order to make wealth. Then we sacrifice our wealth in order to get back our health." We're so anxious about what will happen in the future that we don't enjoy the present. The result being, we don't live in the present or the future. We end up living feeling like we're never going to die, and then die never having truly lived. Ellen Goodman said normal is getting dressed in clothes that you buy for work and driving through traffic in a car that you're still paying for in order to get to the job that you need to pay for the clothes and car and the home that's empty all day just so you can afford to live in it. We live in a world where daydreams are more common than dream jobs, where money clouds our search for meaning. In search for profit, we sacrifice our quest for purpose, and in the pursuit of those paychecks, we give up our passions. We're completely rooted to our routines. We're plagued by indecision and lack of vision. They say that the most powerful prison is one when you don't even know that you're locked up. See, the suits are our uniforms, our cufflinks are the handcuffs, our ties are the chains, our boss is like the guard, and well, our cubicles are our cells. And now I know why they call it the glass ceiling, because it shatters our dreams. The only thing we excel at is Microsoft. Now that's a PowerPoint. You know what it's like. We spend the whole day trying to get our work on time, but then spend all of our time thinking about work. We wish our out of office could be permanent. We wish that our inbox would always remain empty. Our LinkedIn resumes are more interesting than our actual jobs. Our profile pictures are the happiest we've been in a long time. We live for the weekend, but then end up feeling weak, clockwork and monotony. But honestly, could Mondays be more meaningful? Could Tuesdays be less torture? Could Wednesdays be more worth it? Could Thursdays be more transformative? Could Fridays be more fulfilling? We count down the next 50 weeks knowing that there's another 50 years. We count down for the next escape knowing that there really isn't one. Because even when we're away from our desks, our minds are still there with the checklists in our heads. We stuff ourselves into our work clothes, then our buses, then the cars, then the trains, and then our offices, only to wait 5 days to live again. And we don't have time to eat dinner together, so we end up eating out of takeaway boxes, not realizing that the TV box takes away from our relationships. We eat on the go, meet on the go, we even sleep on the go, and then wonder why everyone cheats on the go. We're told it's normal to have a 9 to 5. It's a 9 to 9. And it's fine if you don't get enough time with the person you love it took you so long to find. It's normal to work late nights for that next holiday. We work 11 months in a row for 1 month of leave with pay. Hey, who came up with that? It's not normal. We have to reclaim our lives because right now we can all barely survive. And because when he comes late home from work, she says, "You work so hard for a job that would replace you tomorrow if you drop dead." And he says, "I don't have time for this right now." And then she says, "Nothing ever changes." We force ourselves out of bed to live the same day again and again and call it a life. Imagine this for a moment. What if Oprah listened to her haters and doubters? What if Steve Jobs settled for a real job? What if The Rock never broke through depression? What if Ellen never overcame the bullying? Imagine a world where everyone lived their passion. We'd be better people, we'd be better partners, we'd be better parents. See, I've never seen a strong person with an easy past. We all have a passion, we all have a genius inside us, we have that potential. I know that we've all been in that position, feeling confused and seriously lacking mission, but then I ask myself, at the end of my life, what will I regret? And the answer is clear. The pain of regret far outweighs the pain of risk. So next time you're going through challenges, just remember this. A winner is just a loser who tried one more time. All you need is one person to say yes. One moment can change everything. There are decades where nothing happens, and there are days where decades happen. A year from now, you will have wished you started today.
Hello, everyone. I was having an interesting conversation with Jonathan earlier on, just before he was going to lunch, and we're having this conversation, because I can come here and I can have a set program that I run through and talk to everyone, but I believe when you start performing and you're a coach at a certain level, you've just got to come and honour the room and give the room what they need, rather than come with your own set agenda. And it's really, really important. So, you know, I just want to help you guys take your performance, your business performance to the next level. I'm a business coach. I'm not a business advisor, mentor, or consultant. I'm a business coach. So I help business owners that have got a self-employed mentality have a business leadership mentality. And that's a massive mind shift, especially if you've come out of the corporate world, or you think and you've got a skill, but you're not really thinking like a business leader. And I want you to elevate that kind of thinking to think like a business leader, because it's really, really important. You know, the Australian Psychological Society say 3 in 4 people in business are suffering with high levels of stress. So have we got any accountants in the room? Great, thanks, Brian. So if I get this right then, out of 1 million, that's 750,000, yeah? Yeah? Would that be right? Would that be right? Right, see, what have I just done there? I've just started building my fort, my fortress. I'm not the numbers man. I've just found a numbers man in the room. Yeah? Just by asking a question. Yeah? The accountant in the room, have I got the numbers right? And you've got to realize that we're not good at everything, but we're fantastic at some things. Yeah? We've all got a gift, and we've all got a purpose. Now, when you marry up your skills and the tools that go along with that gift, or with that purpose, the next thing you need is courage. Because what do people ultimately follow in life? They follow courage. So I want you to start thinking like a business leader and elevate your business through courage. You know where you've got to grow, and it takes courage. Stephen, am I allowed to swear? No, that means no, if you had to think about it. So I sometimes I swear. So you've got to really think about where you need to take courage in your life today. It could be personal, it could be professional. Yeah, when you're dealing with high-level CEOs, leaders, elite athletes, what they've got is immense courage. Yeah, how can I become better? You know, I had a sleepless night last night. I know that was for a reason. I need an answer somewhere. And because I haven't got the answer, I had a sleepless night. So those people are suffering from high levels of stress. What do you think was going on for me when just before Stephen introduced me? My stress levels were going up. We're human beings. We're all in this together, okay? We're all in this together. My stress levels are going up, yeah? What do you think was leading up to this week? I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what to expect. What do you think was going on for me? Nerves, stress, yeah. But what gets us through that? Preparation, great one. Determination, any more? Courage, fantastic. What gets us through it is purpose. What gets us through it is purpose. I have a purpose. My personal purpose is to help ambitious people overcome their biggest fears so they can take aligned actions with who they are and what they do with a sense of purpose. In life, you must know your own mission. What is it? Because this is what gets you out of bed in the morning. This is the thing that starts turning you into a peak performer. Now, you have a business mission as well. So my business mission is to inspire business growth through purpose, profit, and productivity. Now, through my research, you need those 3 things to start performing at your peak. Okay? So I'll go into it. Does anyone understand really what purpose is? Because it gets branded around a lot. Yep, your why. So let's start with purpose. Yep. Now, I want you to remember this, because if you don't know your business mission, how do you start employing a team? If you don't know your personal mission, how do you start employing a team? Yeah? And to have a mission in life takes courage, because people will laugh at you. People think you're stupid. Yeah? Steve put that great video up. You've got to get out your comfort zone, haven't you? Now, there's a difference between comfort zone and unknown zone. So comfort zone is when you're in an area that you know already, but you've got to move up. Understand this from a sports psychology point of view? It's when you're in your comfort zone, but you've got to move up. The unknown zone is where you might be changing your career completely. You're going into something completely unknown. That's a different fear. So I might be at the gym and I'm used to working out at a certain level. My trainer will say to me, you've got to get out of your comfort zone. I already know the environment. I know what I'm doing. But now I've got to find resolve within me to push that extra bar, that extra rep, or do that extra squat. So you're moving. Now, with peak performance, it's never about working hard. It's about working intelligently. There's a thing called the SMART word, and it comes from working smartly. You only want to increase that comfort zone by 1 or 2%. So it makes the journey a lot easier. And remember, the kinder we are to our mind and body, the quicker it will respond to the next level. Okay? This word hard gets branded around a lot. If you keep being hard on yourself, hard on yourself, hard on yourself, you're going to hit burnout. Yeah? Remember, peak performance, you cannot climb a mountain and reach the top if you go hard. You have to pace yourself. And you only focus on base camp. Yeah? And that might take a year to get to base camp. And then when you're at base camp, all you're focused on is getting to base 1. Yeah? And when you get to base 1, you do the 4 R's. You rest, you recover, you rejuvenate, and you reward. If you don't sit at base 1 and take in the scenery and absorb it, and take it in and observe it, you've got to see it. Hello, 1, 2, 3. Yes, this is how you've got to see it. So, where was I? Can someone remind me where yeah. So you're at base camp, so you're resting, you're recovering, you're rejuvenating, and you're rewarding. You're giving yourself a high five for getting there. It's so important. We don't do this enough in life. Peak performance is the long game. It's not a short game. It's not instant gratification. It's long-term gratification. Yeah? But when you're on purpose and when you know where you're going, you focus on the courage you need to take the next step. Is everyone with me so far? So, Jonathan, remember we were having that, you said it was okay to share the conversation. Do you mind standing up, please, so everyone can hear you? What were we talking about? This is Jonathan, by the way, if you don't know him. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you. And I asked Jonathan if I could bring it up and sort of pinpoint. Now, when you're performing at your peak, you never go anywhere without a purpose. So even when I was driving here, I was going to go, well, what's my purpose for coming here? And it might be as simple as to make better eye contact with everyone when I'm presenting. Yeah. Remember, when you go into the gym, you lift 1K up. You don't go and lift the 50K dumbbell when it's your first time in the gym. Yeah? But you go in with a purpose. What is that purpose? It might be to overcome nerves. It might be to get to know your personal trainer better. Yeah? It might be to find the parking space and the routine you're going to take. Everything you do is micro. So when I'm speaking to Jonathan and he's saying, well, I didn't know what I was expecting today and that's not business leadership. Business leadership is when you come here and you go, I want to walk away with that. I want to walk away with 1% information or a skill or a tool that I didn't have when I walked in here. It's never about playing the big game. It's always about playing the percentages. It's always about working smarter. We're in it for the long game. Now, if you do that for 100 days, how have you improved? You've improved by 100%. Yeah? And you've also looked around and observed life at the same time. Yeah? You know, Stephen was saying it, we can look down at our feet, or we can actually take control and charge of our life by having purpose. So next time you're at an event, if you go to the gym or you even go on holiday, what is my purpose for this holiday? Start thinking like a peak performer. It might be to totally relax, or it might be to relax with my family. That means I'm not taking my mobile phone and my laptop. You start planning and preparing in a different way than if you just go and live ad hoc. You start living consciously. Is this making sense? Right, so, where were we? So, anyone got a purpose? So I'm just going to go a bit deeper into purpose and understand it from a business point of view, because we're so fortunate as business owners. When you work for someone else, and we give up holiday pay, we give up sick pay, we give up that external accountability, we give up maybe a social life, and sometimes the journey can be quite lonely. And so what's the trade-off? The trade-off has to be you have to live life on your terms. For me, to be able to go down to my local beach and swim at 11 a.m. in the morning is gold. It means more to me than money. To be able to ring up a friend and have a coffee at 2:30 in the afternoon is gold. It means more to me than money. So we trade off we start to live life on our terms because we become business owners. But if you're creating a job with what you're doing, you might as well have worked for someone else because the benefits are so much greater. Yeah? It's a lot of stress in business. But here's the thing. If we're experiencing a lot of stress, we must be experiencing a lot of growth. Because how does an elite athlete get to stand on the podium unless he experiences heaps and heaps and heaps of stress? You can only get the gold medal by going through so much stress. Yeah? Mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual. Yeah? Now, as you start thinking like business owners, business leaders, we need to start thinking like that. How am I using stress to my advantage rather than my disadvantage? How am I having that? I think someone over here said they weren't sleeping well. How am I using that night of not sleeping to propel me forward? Yeah? Because it's like the snake shedding its skin. Something's about to happen. There's an answer we're looking for that we haven't got. When you work, there's either two ways. The two ways we really get stressed is when we have a problem we haven't got the answer for, and when there's a deadline. Yeah? So when an athlete knows that the Olympics, we just had the Winter Olympics, when they know they had to perform and be in peak condition, there was a deadline. They weren't moving the date. But as the time gets closer and closer and closer, the pressure starts to build. The pressure starts to build. And the best person who has the most psychological tools to cope with that pressure will usually come out on top. Sometimes external reasons come out, like a referee's decision or illness or whatever. But usually, if you've got the psychological tools to deal with stress, you'll grow. Even if you don't get a gold medal or a silver or a bronze, you'll grow. And from the experience you grow from, you'll become a great leader in business or in your family or in your local sporting team. You'll take that. You'll take those skills that you've learned with you. But you have to be put in very pressurized situations to find out what you're made of. So stress is a great friend. And I want to say it's been my best friend. I've had sleepless nights. I've had illnesses and things like that. But I've always looked at it as my best friend. It's because I was resisting growth. I was resisting. I wasn't confronting myself and overcoming my fears. So I got ill. I didn't go with the stress. Yeah, I tried to resist it and stay where I was. I was like holding the door like that. And it's so important that we let go and go, what am I supposed to learn here? And who can I talk to? To overcome this stress. Where can I get the information, whether it's through a CD, whether it's through a book, whether it's talking to someone like Stephen, whether it's talking to someone like Alan or Nikki or me? Where can I go so I can move to that next level smoothly? How can I work smarter? Yeah? Not harder. Yeah. Because we want to, I recently was working with a business owner who retired and his passion was skiing. And he bought a great place in Thredbo, yeah? his dream. Now, he had this business for 30 years, but on the way he dealt with so much stress that he got ill. He can't go skiing anymore. So the journey of growing a great business and destroying your health along the way, you'll end up using that money to look after your health rather than enjoy life. Because we didn't do the 4 R's along the way. We didn't rest, recover, rejuvenate, and reward ourselves. We're living in the moment now. And it's so important as business leaders we do that. We do that with our teams as well. Yeah? It's about climbing the mountain slowly. It's about getting to the top, not dying halfway there. Yeah? And there's a lot of dead people on Mount Everest. They can't get them back down. They're dead. Yeah? And so I want you to understand purpose at a deeper level. Anywhere you go, say, what is my purpose here? If I'm having a coffee with a friend, is it to really listen to them and connect with them because I haven't seen them for a while and I really want to get to know the journey? And then we set ourselves up for that. Or is it, I need to talk and I need to get something off my chest? So when you get there, you can start setting that frame, that tone, that environment. Say, look, I know you, but I just need to talk about something. Can I get it off my chest? Because you have purpose in that meeting. Purpose everywhere you go. It's very, very important. Now, there's 3 layers to purpose in business. So when you set up